Alrighty, we are continuing now with the impersonal life. I'm going to read chapter 2 today. And I liked chapter 1. It sounded very interesting. Hoping this book makes me become spiritually enlightened. And I hope it does for you too. I actually mean that, but I'm just being lighthearted about it. Chapter 2 is called Be Still and Know. Yeah, I forget which Bible verse that is, but I think it's in the Old Testament. It might be in the New Testament too. Maybe it's quoted in the New Testament. I don't remember. All right. Now, in order that you may learn to know me, so that you can be sure it is I, it should be your own true self. It says you. Somehow they left that letter off. Your own true self, who speak these words. You must first learn to be still, to quiet your human mind and body and all activities, so that you no longer are conscious of them. You may not yet be able to do this, but I will teach you how. If you really want to know me and are willing to prove it by trusting me and obeying me in all that I now shall call upon you to do. Listen. Try to imagine the I who speaks throughout these pages as being your higher or divine self, addressing and counseling your human mind and intellect, which you will consider for the moment as being a separate personality. Your human mind is so constituted that it cannot accept anything which does not conform with what it has previously experienced or learned, and which its intellect does not consider reasonable. Therefore, in addressing it, you are using such terms and expressions as will most clearly explain to your intellect the truths it must understand before the mind can awaken to the consciousness of your meaning. The fact is, this I is yourself, your real self. Your human mind has heretofore been so engrossed with the task of supplying its intellect and body with all manner of selfish indulgences. Hey, leave my self-indulgences out of this. Anyway, couldn't resist. With all manner of selfish indulgences, that it has never had time to get acquainted with the real you, its true Lord and Master. You have been so interested in and affected by the pleasures and sufferings of your body and intellect, that you have almost come to believe you are your intellect and body. And you have consequently nearly forgotten me, your divine self. I am not your intellect and body. And this message is to teach that you and I are one. The words I herein speak, and the main burden of these instructions, is to awaken your consciousness to this great fact. By the way, the other reason I'm continuing to read this is of the poll that I took, this was the most popular. Everyone got at least 2 or 3 votes, so that's why I'm doing all of them. One wasn't going to be enough for me, but glad they all got some votes. All right. Is to awaken your consciousness to this great fact. That is the goal. Yeah, that would be wonderful. I'm all for that happening. I hope it does. I thought it did a while ago when I lived in bliss for about a month. I mentioned that in other videos. I don't know, for those of you who don't know. And it was through meditation that I experienced that. Literally a meditation called negativity removal, a 20-minute meditation on the app Insight Timer. You cannot awaken to this fact until you can get away from the consciousness of this body and intellect, which so long have held you enslaved. You must feel me within before you can know I am there. Now, in order that you can become wholly oblivious of your mind and its thoughts and your body and its sensations, so that you can feel me within, it is necessary that you studiously obey these, my instructions. Sit quietly in a relaxed position, and when wholly at ease, let your mind take in the significance of these words. Be still and know I am God. Without thinking, allow this, my divine command, to penetrate deep into your soul, Let whatever impressions that come to your mind enter at will without effort or interference on your part. Whatever impressions that come into your mind, let whatever impressions come into your mind enter at will. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about that. Got it. Note carefully their import, for it is I within, through these impressions, instructing you. Then, when somewhat of their vital significance begins to dawn upon your consciousness, speak these, my words, slowly, imperatively, to every cell of your body, to every faculty of your mind, with all the conscious power you possess. Be still and know I am God. Speak them just as they are herein written, trying to realize that the God of you commands and demands of your mortal self implicit obedience. Study them. Search out their hidden potency. Brood over them. Carry them with you into your work, whatever it be. Make them the vital dominating factor in your work, in all your creative thoughts. Say them 1,000 times a day until you have discovered all my innermost meaning, until every cell of your body thrills in joyful response to the command, be still, and instantly obeys. And every vagrant thought hovering around your mind hides itself off into nothingness. Then, as the words reverberate through the caverns of your now empty being, semicolon, then as the sun, I think that should have been a period, but okay. Then as the sun of knowing begins to rise, the sun of knowing, begins to rise on the horizon of your consciousness, semicolon again, then with a capital T again, all right, then will you feel the swell of a wondrous, strange breath filling you to the extreme of all your mortal members, causing your senses almost to burst with the ecstasy of it. Then will there come surge after surge of a mighty, resistless power rising within you, lifting you almost off the earth. Then will you feel within the glory, the holiness, the majesty of my presence, and then you will know I am God. You, when you have felt me, thus in such moments within, when you have tasted of my power, hearkened to my wisdom, and know the ecstasy of my all-embracing love. No disease can touch, no circumstance can weaken, no enemy can conquer you, for now you know I am within, and you always hereafter will turn to me in your need, putting all your trust in me, and allowing me to manifest my will. This is sounding wild. So very cool how he's wording all of this. You, when you turn thus to me, will always find me an unfailing and ever-present help in time of need. For I will so fill you with a realization of my presence and of my power that you need only be still and allow me to do whatever you want done. Heal your ills and those of others. Illumine your mind so you can see with my eyes the truth you seek, or perform perfectly the tasks which before seemed almost impossible of accomplishment. This knowledge, this realization, will not come at once. It may not come for years. Don't give me the years thing. Really? It may come tomorrow. All right, well, somewhere between tomorrow and years. Oh, joy. It depends upon no one but you. Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. Not upon your personality with its human desires and human understanding, but upon the I am of you, God, within. Who is it that causes the bud to open into the blossom? Who causes the chick to burst its shell? Who decides the day and the hour? It is the conscious, natural act of the intelligence within, my intelligence directed by my will, bringing to fruition my idea and expressing it in the blossom and in the chick. But did the blossom and the chick have anything to do with it? No, only as they submitted or united their will with mine and allowed me and my wisdom to determine the hour and the rightness for action, and then only as they obeyed the impulse of my will to make the effort, could they step forth into the new life. You may, with your personality, try 1,000 times to burst through the shell of your human consciousness. It will result only, if at all, in a breaking down of the doors I have provided between the world of tangible forms and the and the real of intangible dreams, and the door being open, you then no longer can keep out intruders from your private domain without much trouble and suffering. But even through such suffering, you may gain the strength you lack and the wisdom needed to know that not until you yield up all desire for knowledge, for goodness, yes, for union with me, to benefit self, can you unfold your petals, showing forth the perfect beauty of my divine nature, and throw off the shell of your human personality and step forth into the glorious light of my heavenly kingdom. Therefore, I give you these directions now at the beginning, that you may be learning how to recognize me. For I here promise you, if you follow and strive earnestly to comprehend and obey my instructions herein given, you shall very soon know me, and I will give you to comprehend all of my word, wherever written, in book or teaching, in nature or in your fellow man. If there is much in what herein is written that seems contradictory, seek out my real meaning before discarding it. Fair enough. Do not leave a single paragraph or any one thought in it until all that is suggested becomes clear. But in all your seeking and all your striving, let it be with faith and trust in me, your true self within, and without being anxious about results, for the results are all in my keeping, and I will take care of them. Your doubts and your anxiety are but the personality, and if allowed to persist, will lead only to failure and disappointment. And that's how this chapter ends. Your doubts and your anxiety are but of the personality. Okay. And you must not allow them to. Now, it's weird how these books end. I mean, look at this. It's just a complete blank page here. It's a very oddly typeset, the way they did this. And then chapter 3 begins on this next page. And that'll be on page 16. And the last page of this book is, just so you know, 61. So that's all that's left of it. It's a lot of reading, though, because as you see, it takes a while to read all the words on these little pages. That was wild. So it's stuff like this that makes me want to try meditation again. I just recently tried it, and it helps, but it's not. I'm not having that transformative experience that I had that time when I did it for the first time. And again, if you're wondering, the one that really changed me, and I've listened to it again just recently. It's on Insight Timer. That's the app. It's called Negativity Removal by Brendan F. Drew, I think is his name. And it's a 20-minute meditation. You just have to listen to it, and don't worry that you won't be able to do what he's telling you to do. Just try it. Just do what you can if you're going to listen to it. Just follow along, and he'll tell you to do something, and he'll tell you to do it at a speed that's not possible, but he'll say your subconscious mind can do it. Like shuffling a deck of cards. Your subconscious mind will be going through everything that you're going to go, what? That can't possibly do that. Just relax. Don't even worry about it. I laughed the first time I listened to it. I'm like, wait, what? And I started laughing. And I just kept listening and just kept doing it. And my mind seemed to be scanning through my past, all the negative experiences in your past. And you're supposed to, you go through them in your mind. It eventually takes you into the future. It's a very, very cool meditation. The other one that I listened to prior, and I've mentioned this before, is called Meditation for Depression, which I recommend for everybody, whether you suffer from depression or not, because we all experience bouts of depression regardless of whether you have a mental illness to it or not. That's irrelevant. It's 12 minutes long. It's by Franco Hickey, Heke. So if you get the Insight Timer app, if you want to install it on your phone, ignore the part about pain. You can do it for free. Just skip through it. If it goes through prompts to get you to try to do it, skip it. You don't have to pay a darn thing. If you pay, you'll get all the extra features, and you can pause and rewind, and it's better, but you don't have to pay. You can do it. I don't pay anything now. I just listen whenever I want to listen to something. I just put it on. It's free. Nothing. Totally free. Millions of people use it. And they're making millions of dollars. They're making more money on there than I care to think about, because if you buy it, you're paying a monthly fee. It's something like, I don't know, I'm not even sure, $5-10 a month or something like that. All right, hope you enjoyed this. The next thing I'm going to be reading will be the next section of the Desert of Desolation Dungeons and Dragons modules, followed by Magic Kingdom for Sale, and then I'll be coming back to this. I'm either going to be posting these one of these each day or every other day. I'm really not sure. It's just however I'm feeling. And I still might be doing other videos at times throughout the week. Just depends on how things go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.